Hello everyone, I'm Amit from Mail Smartly. Today in this video, I will walk you through all the backend settings of new Outlook. When I turn this toggle on, I am forwarded to the new Outlook setup. So this is my new Outlook, and when I compare both new Outlook as well as Outlook Classic, I observe initially that a lot of settings are missing in new Outlook, but that's not the real story. After exploring and finding the options in the new Outlook, I observe a gear symbol which is available on the top right corner of the screen. When I click on that settings, I observe a separate window appears. This window consists of three segments. First is these options, and when I select any option of from this left navigation section, from the second panel you will see few options here. Every option consists of different options in the second panel, and when I select the option of the second panel, these options are available to change few backend settings of new Outlook. So in this video I will walk you through every setting of new Outlook which I can make changes using this setting dialog box. So from the beginning I start from the first option, which is accounts. When I select accounts from the first navigation section, I have few options here. The first option is email accounts. That means when you select this email account, and from this section you will see all my accounts which are available here. Few are already added and enabled, and few are already required some sign up setup. You can also use this add account to add a new account in new Outlook using this add account option. Now when you click on the second option, which is automatic reply, this is a very outstanding feature. Although I have already created a detailed video on it, you will get the link on the description section. This option allow you to set up an automatic reply option in case you are not available on your desk or you are on a vacation. When you use this option, you can set up the start date, end date, timing, and you can use these options here to select. You can also draft a detailed message you want to reply to your recipient and simply save this option. In this case, when you use this automatic reply, new Outlook will automatically reply to the sender you receive an email. Now the third option is signature. This option is very common. In this section you can create your new customized signature. You can edit your signature, you can remove the signature, you can also assign a signature to the specific email address. All these necessary activities will be executed here. You can also set up a default signature for your new messages, for your reply and forward messages also. Now the fourth option is categories. When I select on this categories, you will see few categories over here. You can very easily use these category, or you can create your own category according to your requirement. You can also edit the color, the fonts, the name of the category you want to use. You can also remove these. You can also add as favorites. Now the next option is storage. When I click on it, you will see the total used and free storage available for you in OneDrive as well as Outlook attachments. This will give you a small idea of your availability of storage you can use in Outlook. So the next option is general. When I click on the general, a new chain of options appear from the second panel. The first option is language and time. By default, English United States is selected. In my case, you can change according to your requirement or according to your country you work in. You can also change the format of the date from here. You can also change the time format from here. You can change the time zone. Currently I am in India, so I have selected my Indian time zone, but you can use or change the time zone by clicking on this change button. That will take you to the calendar section that we will discuss later on in this video. So again, I will click on general. Now the second option is appearance. When I click on this appearance, you will see the important feature is how your Outlook appears. By default, light is selected. You can change it to dark, and even you can change it to use system settings. That means what you have changed in your backend system settings, that mode will be selected here also. Now I will select light. It's my favorite and simple one. Now you can also change the modern themes. You can use these options here to change the theme. Say when I select this, my theme changes to the green color. You can see this. You can also change the color like this. The color is changes over here. Now you can also use classic themes, which are a little bit funny, but in my case I don't want to use all these because I'm using my Outlook as a professional manner. And simply hit save if you want to make the changes permanent. I use discard to unsave it. Now the third option is notification. It's a very important feature of Microsoft Outlook. I have already created a detailed video. So this notification feature is very outstanding feature. In this feature, when you receive a new email, new Outlook will notify you of your new incoming email, your calendar event, or you have received a new comment or mention in your email also. So I have already created a detailed video for this notification. You can check out the link in the description section. Now the next option is accessibility. In this feature, you can perform many common tasks using the keyboard. Choose which version of the keyboard shortcuts to use. By default, I have selected Outlook for web. You can change Outlook to Windows, or you can permanently turn off your keyboard shortcuts if those keyboard shortcuts are bothering you while working. If you want to check out the full list to support keyboard shortcuts, press the question mark key or click here. So I don't want to use the question mark key. I simply click here and boom, you will see all the keyboard shortcuts which are available for you in new Outlook are listed over here. Now adjust timing. You can choose to keep error notification and action confirmation on screen until you dismiss them by selecting the checkbox below. So this option is also available for you. Show errors notification and action confirmation until I dismiss them. Sometimes this option really disturb your work or bother you every time you are working in your office meetings or important discussions with your boss. Now the next option is privacy and data. This option show you some export mailboxes. You can use this option to export your mailboxes. You can use this search history over here. You can delete your history or you can export your history from here. Boards, few privacy settings. These are managed from here. Now the next option is search. It's a very important feature. When you search or use your search bar in new Outlook, it will by default parameters to search your email. For instance, I have selected all folders when searching for from the inbox. You can change it to all folders and you can also change it to current folder. Now the next option is search result. Include deleted items and show top 3 most relevant results. This is few another filters you can use while searching. So I have already selected both the checkbox over here. Now the next option is startup. When I click on this startup, it will ask me to reopen items when Outlook opens. Ask me if I want to reopen previous items, never reopen previous items, and always reopen previous items. So in my case, I have selected the first one because sometime when I restart my Outlook and I don't want to close my previous windows I have already opened, so I selected this option, that means system asks me to reopen those previous items or not. If I ignore it or close this, Outlook automatically open in a new form. Last option is about Outlook. It's a very simple thing. You can check out the version, which version you are already using, and your client version is this. Although this is very technical issues, nobody bother which version is you are using and which version of client you are using. Now the next option, the main navigation section is mail. When I select on this mail, you will see few additional options appear here. The first option is layout. So first is focused inbox. Focused inbox settings are appeal at the account level. Do you want Outlook to sort your emails to help you focus on what matter most? Sort messages into a focused and other, and don't sort my messages. This is a very important feature, because if you are using Outlook, see, I have using my Outlook account and I have two mailboxes, focused and other. The difference between both the folders is focused only consists of those emails which I used to open and I used to focus on, and other consists of those emails which are receiving in my inbox, but I never bother about those emails. Although I can change the format or I can change the importance of those emails, that's a different topic, and I have already created the detailed video for this also. You can check out in my description section. Now, text size and spacing. This will change the font size and number of messages. I use medium. You can use small and large according to your requirement. Message organization. How do you want your messages to be organized? Show email group by conversation. Show email as individual messages. This is a very important option. I have selected grouped because if I getting the message as in a conversation form, I want all the messages in a group, so I can very easily sort out or study the group of messages I receive. Next is arrange the reading pan. Newest on the top, newest on the bottom, and show each messages separately. So this is a slight layout. You can choose according to your requirement. I don't want to explain this to you. It's a very simple options. It is also available with the figures. You can very much figure out what Outlook mean to say. Next is, do you want to see deleted items in your conversation? Show deleted items and hide deleted items. It is also understandable. You can very easily understand which option do you want to keep. Message height. How many rows should you each message use? Always use multiple rows and switch between one and multiple rows based on screen size. It's your decision. You can choose it. I love this second option, so I have selected this one. Sender images. Choose whether to show each sender image in the message list. The sender initials will be shown if the photo isn't available. Show sender image and don't show sender image. It's also not very important. Next is reading pan. Where do you want the reading pan to appear? On the right, at the bottom, hide reading pan. You can very easily understand using these images what Outlook want you to select. What do you want to happen when you move or delete the item you are viewing? Open the next item, open the previous item. These are two options over here. Next is, what do you want us to do when you open Outlook? Open the first message in the list. Let me select which message to read first. But obvious, it's my Outlook. I will decide which message I want to read. Message list format. How do you want your messages to be displayed? Sender name first or subject name first? It's also your decision. Next is messages preview text. Do you want to show preview text? Show preview text, hide preview text. Again, a good option. Inline attachment previews. Show attachments in message list. Don't show attachment in message list. Next is date headers. Show date headers in message list and don't show date headers in message list. I have selected show date headers. Now next is animation. Use system settings. Show animations in the message list and do not show messages in the message list. This is also your choice. You can select according to your requirement. Next is compose and reply. It also consists of multiple options here. The first option is message format. You can use allow show BCC, allow show from. When you compose an email, you always want to show BCC, then you need to select this. And if you want to show from, you can select this. You can change the format also. By default, HTML is selected. You can use plain text from here. So every time when you create a new email message, this format will be selected. The font, the size, these small settings are also available here. You can change it according to your requirement. Pop-out settings. Choose what happens when you write, reply to or forward a message. Write in line or pop out to a new window. This is very important because when you want to create a new mail, you simply click on this new button and you will see a small separate window will appear. In case if you don't want that new window, you can simply write in line. So in case you will simply write the new email in this section over here. Again, reply or reply all. Choose by default response when you reply from the reading pane. You want to reply or reply all. You can select according to your requirement. Link preview. When you open a message that contain a hyperlink or add a link to the message, Outlook inserts a preview of a website. If you don't want see preview, clear the checkbox below. So I don't want to do this. If you want to do that, you can have to uncheck it. Next is undo send. It's a very important feature. You can cancel an email message after you have selected send. To cancel, select the undo button that appears at the bottom of the screen. Messages can be cancelled for up to 10 seconds. You can choose how long Outlook will wait to send your message. So by default, I have set 10 seconds. That means when I create a new email message and I hit send button, the message will be revert back up to 10 seconds. And if I change the timing, say 10 to 5 or 5 to 0, that means when I click send button, the message will be sent instantly without any. So that will help you in case you want to recheck or you want to reverse your email. You have 10 seconds of your time. I have already created a detailed video on it. You will get the link on the description section. Now the next option is joyful animation. Outlook automatically shows a celebrity burst of colorful shapes in a reading pane when you open a message that include words like happy birthday, congratulations. To turn off this animation, clear the checkbox below. These are the features currently every segment is using in their platform. So I want to keep this joyful animation. So I already selected the checkbox. In your case, if you don't want it, uncheck it. So next is Microsoft Edge autofill. Outlook can make flight information in your inbox, mailbox available directly in Microsoft Edge to help speed up your check-in later. Make flight information for Outlook available in Outlook Edge. I have turned this on, although this is not a very important feature for the user. Now the next is Smart Suggestions. It's a very important segment of Microsoft Outlook. Smart Suggestions, suggested replies. When you open a message, Outlook might suggest reply below the message. If you select a reply, you can edit the reply before sending it. For instance, suggestion reply like thank you, have a nice day. These are some kind of suggested reply which you will get when you reply to somebody. Next is text predictions. Outlook can suggest words and phrases as you compose messages. When Outlook offer a suggestion, press tab or a right arrow key to accept it. So suggested words and or phrases as I type, I already selected both the check boxes. Next is attachments. So sharing preferences. These settings are appealed at the account level. I have selected my email address. Warn me when I send a message that may be missing an attachment. So I turn this toggle on. That means when I create an email message, reply to or forward, and if I miss an attachment to add with the mail, Outlook will give me a reminder, or Outlook will remind me that I have missed an attachment. Next is rules. That's a very outstanding feature, and it comes on the top 3 features of Outlook. You can very easily create a new rule which will allow you to make some formatting settings in your incoming emails as well as your outgoing emails. If I want to add some condition or if I want to add some action, I can use this rule feature of Outlook that will help me to organize my inbox or my whole Outlook system very easily. Now the next is junk email. This feature is also very important. In this feature, you can very easily block sender or domain which are regularly disturbing you, bothering you. You can simply click on this add button. You can add your email address, for instance like this, or you can directly add the domain of your email. So that will automatically block that sender or domain, and you will not get the emails from that specific email or domain in future. Next is save sender and domain. You can also add a safe list which is known as whitelist. I have already added a domain in a block list which is hdfcbank.net, but I want the email received from this email address which is information@hdfcbank.net. So I simply add this email address in the save sender and domain list. So in future when I receive any email from this domain hdfcbank.net, that will be blocked. But if I receive the email from this specific email address, although it is from hdfcbank.net, I will receive the email because I have added this email in the safe list. This is next option which is safe mailing list. You can also add messages with mailing list, often having an address other than your mail address on the to line. If you want to receive email from the mailing list, add the address to the list you trust to the box below. So this is also a very interesting features. Now the next is filters. Only trust email from addresses in my safe sender and domain list and save mailing list. Block attachments, pictures and links from anyone not in my safe sender and domain list. If you want both of these, you can use this checkbox to select. Next option is customize action. This is a very important feature. When you check out, see, I will show you your inbox and you will see this email. You will see few options over here. These are basically quick actions. So you can use the quick action or change or modify the quick action according to your requirement. See, for instance like this, I have selected delete, pin and flag. So these are visible like this. If I want to change it, say I want to change it to archive, I have also already added archive here. So archive is also added in my quick action over here, and simply save it and your customized quick action will be created. Next option is message heading. Mark as read. Mark displayed items as read as soon as they are selected. Mark displays items as read after 5 seconds. Mark displayed items as read when a selection changes, and don't automatically mark item as read. These are few options for mark as read. In the unread filter, always keep items unread unless I explicitly mark them as read. Read receipt. Choose how to respond to request for read receipt. Ask me before sending a response. Always send a response and never send a response. Action confirmation. When I move, delete, or archive a message, confirm that action was successful. These are options over here. Next is translation. Choose how to handle messages received in another language. Always translate. Ask me before translating and never translate. So next is forwarding. This feature allow you to forward all your incoming emails to another email address. By default, this feature is disabled, but to turn this off, you have to simply turn this toggle on. You have to enter the email address you want to forward all your emails. If you want to keep a copy of forwarding messages, simply select this checkbox and save. Every time when you receive a new email, your email will be automatically forwarded to your another email address you have entered here. Now, the last option under mail is subscription. So when you click on this subscription, you will see in my Outlook, I have a list of few domains which I have accidentally subscribed, and these are such email addresses which regularly send me few marketing emails or spammy emails which I really don't need. The problem of these emails are these emails consume majority part of my inbox. So in new Outlook, you can very easily unsubscribe those emails by clicking on this unsubscribe button. And if you click on this three dots, you can also block this domain permanently. So this is the end of this section, which is mail. Now the next option, which is calendar. When I click on this calendar, you will see new bunch of options appears. The first option is view. So calendar appearance. Show the first day of a week as Sunday. By default, Sunday is treated as the first day of the week. In case if you want to change the first day of a week to any other day, you can change it from here. So in my case, I want to change it to Monday because my week is started from Monday. Time scale by default is 30 minutes. You can change it according to your requirement. Show work weeks. So I am working in a multinational company and I get off on Sunday as well as Saturday. So I can very simply change the weekday as off by selecting these days very easily. Meeting hours, by default my meeting hours start at 8 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. I can change it by default according to my requirement here. Next, you will see time zone, which I have already showed in the above sections here. Currently, I am from India, so I have selected this time zone here. If you want to change the time zone of your country, you can very easily change it from here. You can also add a specific time zone for other country. This is very helpful if you are a regular user of calendar. You can also add a global calendar from here. Simply click on this checkbox, add a global calendar, select the language. If you want some other country like this, I am from India, so I select Hindi. So I want to select the calendar type. In India and in Hindi, there is only one calendar, so I simply select it and save it. Now the next option is weather. Weather in calendar. So this toggle is on, that means the temperature or the weather is already showing in my calendar. There are two options, which is Celsius and Fahrenheit. You can change it according to your requirement, which type of temperature scale you need to check out. Choose the location to display on your calendar. You can add up to 5. I am from Bhopal, India, so I have added this city. I can also add up to 5 locations to check out the temperature. Simply click on this add another location. type say New Delhi. New Delhi is in the list. Select it and simply hit add. Now this New Delhi is also added in the temperature section of my Outlook calendar. Next is events from mail. This setting are applied at the account level. I have already selected my Outlook account. Outlook can automatically add event like airline flights and other reservation from email to your calendar. You can delete event you don't want on your calendar or use the setting below to stop adding events from email. Mark events as private on my calendar so only I can see them. This is very clear. Add this event to my calendar from email package delivery. So you can change it. There are three options here. Don't show event summary in email or on my calendar. Only show event summary in my calendar. Show event summary in email and on my calendar. Flight reservations, hotel reservation, and rental car services. These are four options you can very easily fetch your email with the calendar, and that the beauty of new Outlook, that you will be reminded of your upcoming event from Outlook calendar. Next is agenda mail. So this set choose whether to receive an agenda mail every day that show your calendar event or task. Send me a daily agenda mail. Include these calendars in my daily agenda, calendar, birthdays, and United States holidays. These are the added calendars in my Outlook. So if I want a specific mail or the upcoming event mail, I can select from here. Now the last option is people. In this option people, there is only one option, which is view, display contacts by their first name or their last name. I have selected first name. You can change it according to your requirement. So in this setting, I have seen lot of options which can be modified, and these settings technically help me to work in Outlook or in Outlook calendar, and I can get a better outcome of my working experience. I have already created detailed video of some of the major topics which I have already created in my YouTube channel. I have also added the link in the description section. You can very easily jump directly to the topic and learn more about these features. So if you have learned something new from this video, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. And please don't forget to click on the bell icon so you will never miss out any Outlook tips and problem solvers videos I come up with. Thank you and have a nice day.